Hello, welcome to Business News. I am Frank Ovalapen. Here are some of the report we filing. Point of sale transactions carried out in Nigeria in the first 8 months of the year stood at 4.06 trillion naira, representing 45% increase compared to 2.81 trillion naira recorded in the corresponding period of 2020. This is based on data obtained from the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System. According to the data, POS transactions hit its highest levels for 8-month period, increasing by 44.85% and 108% compared to 2.81 trillion naira and 1.96 trillion recorded in the similar period of 2020 and 2019 respectively. It is worth noting that a total of 686,577 POS terminals were deployed nationwide as of August 2021, representing an 84.4% increase compared to 372,333 recorded as of the same period of 2020. Away from there now, the Central Bank of Nigeria has released the regulatory guideline on the ENAIRA. This is according to a document titled Regulatory Guidelines on the ENAIRA. According to Central Bank of Nigeria, the guidelines shall apply to all financial institutions and users of the ENAIRA. The document states the ENAIRA shall be administered by the CBN through the Digital Currency Management System, DCMS. To mint an issued ENAIRA, as financial institutions shall maintain a treasury ENAIRA wallet for holding and managing ENAIRA on the Digital Currency Management System. The financial institution assigned is the primary application used by the financial institutions to manage their digital currency holdings, request and redemption with the CBN. And in the meantime, the Petroleum Product Pricing Regulatory Agency on Monday said about 1.73 billion litres of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, was distributed nationwide in August 2021. It said an analysis of the volume of PMS supplied across the country in the month of August showed a decrease of about 132,301 litres when compared to 1.86 billion litres supplied in the month of July. The General Manager Corporate Services PPPRA Kim Chapolo said in a statement issued in Abuja that the 1.74 billion barrels of petrol consumption in August indicated an average daily supply of about 55.99 million litres. And now Nigeria spent 1.47 trillion naira on debt servicing payment in the first half of 2021. Data obtained from the Debt Management Office have shown. In the first quarter of the year, the country spent 1.02 trillion naira on both domestic and external debt servicing, while a total of 445.4 billion naira was spent in the second quarter of 2021. From January to March 2021, Nigeria spent 612.7 billion naira on domestic debt servicing, while it spent $1 billion. That's equivalent of 410.3 billion naira on external debt servicing. The official exchange rate of $1 to 410 naira 33 kobo as of October 4 was used for the external debt servicing. And now Airtel Africa PLC has announced plans to buy back 8.27% minority shareholdings at an offer price of 55 naira 81 kobo per share from each subsidiary, Airtel Networks Limited Nigeria. The company in a statement hinted that, and I quote, assuming all minority shareholders decided to tender the shares, the total consideration is estimated to be 61.24 billion naira, or about 148.1 million US dollars, using an exchange rate of 430 naira 38 kobo to the US dollar, end quote. The stock price of the company traded flat at 750 naira yesterday on the Nigeria exchange. And on the African scene, South Africa's rand weakened early on Monday as concern about China's property sector and expectations that elevated inflation could prompt the U.S. Federal Reserve to bring forward a tapering timeline weighed on emerging market currencies. The rand traded at a 14.93 against the dollar, or about 0.35% weaker at previous close. The rand has tended to take its cue from global factors in recent weeks, with investors in a cautious mode on Monday as shares in embattled developer China Evergrande were halted in Hong Kong, rekindling market nerves about the possibility of contagion. And now Kenya received 16.2 billion shillings from Italian bank in Intesa Sanpaolo for the construction of Aro and Kimwera dams in a period when investigations into the misuse of the funds in the project were ongoing. The Treasury's public debt registry showed that the Italian bank wired the billions in the year starting July 2019, just days after former Treasury Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich was arrested on suspicion of financial misconduct related to the construction of the two dams. In September 2019, President Uhuru Kenyatta cancelled the project after receiving a report from a technical committee which he had formed following the discovery of irregularities and improprieties surrounding the two mega infrastructure projects. And on the international scene, the Facebook CEO was downgraded to the fifth richest person in the world on Monday as his company battled the major technical issues. Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, all owned by Mark Zuckerberg, began experiencing problems at around 11:45 a.m. Eastern Time, according to online outage trackers. The issues caused Facebook share price to plummet by 5%, according to report. And finally, on the international scene, oil prices climbed on Tuesday, hitting their highest levels in at least 3 years, extending gains triggered during the previous session after the world's major oil producers announced they had decided to keep a cap on crude supplies. Brent crude was up by 40 cents, or about 0.5%, at $81.66 a barrel, having risen to 2.5% on Monday. U.S. West Texas Intermediate oil rose 30 cents, or about 0.4%, to $77.92 after gaining 2.3% the previous session. OPEC and its allies said on Monday it will maintain an agreement to increase oil production only gradually, ignoring calls from the United States and India to boost output as the world economy recovers, if partly from the coronavirus pandemic. Well, and that's a wrap on business news at this time. Many thanks for watching. I am Franco Malape. It's now back to you.